What's up, guys? Welcome to Math Walkthroughs with Mr. Weeb. Today we are looking at representing numbers using powers of 10. And our learning goal for the day is that by the end of this, I want us all to be able to use powers of 10 to describe any whole number. Now, when we look at our lesson summary, we can see that in this chart here, we're missing a bunch of information. So let's figure out what needs to go there. Starting on the right-hand side in the upper row, we start with ones and then tens and then hundreds. And what comes next? I think we know that it's thousands. And you can see that it's described right underneath it. It's described as 10 to the power of 3, which means 10 times 10 times 10. 10 thousands is 10 to the power of 4. 100 thousands, if we continue that pattern, I think we can see that it's 10 to the power of 5, followed by millions, which is 10 to the power of 6. It's a 1 with 6 zeros after it. 100 thousands is a 1 with 5 zeros after it. You can see the pattern here, right? Hundreds is 10 to the power of 2. And hundreds is 10 to the power of 2. Tens is 10 to the power of 1. It's a 1 with 1 zero afterward. Okay, moving on here, we've got powers of 10 makes sense because each column in the place value chart is 10 times as much as the column to its right. For example, a 1 in the hundreds column represents 100, right? Which is 10 times 10, or 10 to the power of 2. A 1 in the something column represents 1,000. Well, I think we already covered this, but a 1 in the thousands column represents 1,000, which is 10 times as much as 100. Because 1,000 equals 10 times 10 times 10, or 10 cubed. You have learned to write numbers that are in standard form in expanded form in several different ways. For example, the number 123,145 can be written like this. 100,000 plus 2 10,000s plus 3,000s plus 100 plus 4 tens plus 5 ones, or as 100,000 plus 20,000 plus 3,000 plus 100 plus 40 plus 5. You have also learned to write numbers in expanded form using powers of 10. So again, we take the number 123,145, and I'm just going to highlight some of these. So let's do this one in black, this one in red, let's do this one in blue. We'll take green here, and we'll take purple here. Okay, so here we can see this part here, 1 times 10 to the power of 5, that represents 100,000. Next, we should have 2 10,000s. So I'm going to write in 2 10,000s, and just to show you what we're doing here, this is represented by that. So you can see this 2 is represented by this 20,000 actually is represented by 2 times 10 to the power of 4. Then this 3 times 10 to the power of 3 is actually 3,000s. So this one right here, this is actually 3,000, and we're representing it like this in expanded form. All right, then we've got 1 times 10 to the power of 2, which is here. And then we've got 4 times 10 to the power of 1, which is represented in purple. And the 5 is a 1s, it's all by itself. But I hope that the colors here can show you. And in your notes, if you have some highlighters, I would recommend that you do this. Color is very, very helpful for organizing your thoughts and seeing exactly how are we writing this number. This 1 in the 100,000 spot isn't actually just a 1, right? It is a 1 with 5 zeros after it. So we're multiplying it by 100,000. We're multiplying the 1 by 100,000, and we're getting 100,000. Here we're multiplying 2 times 10,000. So we end up with 20,000, right? Here we're multiplying 3 times 1,000, so we get 3,000. Same way. Here we have a 1 in the hundreds column, so we take a 1 and we multiply it by 100. And that's how we get that. And in the tens column, we have a 4 times 10, which gives us 40. All right, let's move on to the next page. And on this one, here we have if one of the digits of a number is 0, include 0 multiplied by that power of 10, or omit, which means get rid of that power, like don't include that power of 10. For example, you can write 300,204 in one of these ways. We can have 3 times 10 to the power of 5, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 spots after the 3. So I've got 10 to the power of 5 there. I'm multiplying it by 100,000. Then I'm adding 2 plus 10 to the power of 2 because here it's in the hundreds spot. So here I'm going 2 times 100 plus 4 in the 1 spot. Or we can include all of those things, right? So if we do this trick again, and we show, okay, here's that. I think I have to go a little bit zoomed in here. Let's just highlight each of these. All right, so now let's take a look. Here we've got 3 times 10 to the power of 5, plus in the 10,000 spot, we've got nothing. So we're just going to add nothing. Add 0 plus 0 times 10 to the power of 4. Excuse me. Then in the 1,000 spot, we also have 0, so we multiply it by 0. 0 times 10 to the power of 3 is just 0. 0 times anything is 0, right? In the 100 spot, however, we do have a value. We have 2 times 10 to the power of 2. So that's why we're adding that. And then in the 10 spot, we have nothing. There's no value here. So it's 0 times 10 to the power of 1. And we'll highlight that in purple. Okay, so again, you can see exactly what that is. And this makes sense too, because if we use BEDMAS, we know that multiplication comes before addition. So in essence, it's like there's little groupings around each of these things. It's like there's little groupings here around each of these parts. So now we have, you can see maybe that a little bit easier that we have 3 times 10 to the power of 5, and this becomes this. This grouping here becomes this. This grouping here becomes this. This grouping here becomes this green one, and this purple one here becomes this purple one there. All right, let's keep going. We're almost to the end here. Here we have some key terms for this lesson. Our expanded form, a way to represent a number to show the value of each digit. For example, 541,607 is 500,000 plus 40,000 plus 1,000 plus 600 plus 7. Or 500,000s plus 4 10,000s plus 1,000 plus 600s plus 7 ones, or 5 times 5 to the power of 10. And if you like to do this grouping thing to make it make more sense to you, plus 4 times 4 to the power of 10, plus 1 times 10 to the power of 3, plus 6 times 10 to the power of 2, plus 7. In standard form means the usual form of a number, that is the numeral, for example, 3,456. That's all you have to do. And a power of 10 is a number that is written, as 10 to the power of n. For example, 10 to the power of 1, 10 to the power of 2, 10 to the power of 3, etc. All right, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time.